Hey guys, it's Tony Guittari here from Achievers Group with another passionate, insightful video business vitamin. Hey guys, I really wanted to go through some ideas as master communication techniques. Some of you may know that I'm a bit of a speaker, I'm a bit of a keynote speaker. I didn't always start that way. In fact, my first speech was appalling. And really, I came out of the corporate world and I did a lot of consulting. Then some people said to me, you should speak. I wrote a few books. Some people wanted me to talk about the books. And I actually learnt how to speak. But it wasn't easy, right? Because nothing is ever really that easy. You actually have to practice. You've got to strengthen your muscle. But I just want to give you some master communication techniques that I think are really, really important. Because remember, you're always communicating. You might be communicating to a group. You might be communicating to a video. You might be communicating one-on-one to a person. So I just want to give you some insights into some amazing communication techniques. Number one is, I think you've got to relax your face. I think you've got to really be comfortable in your own skin. I think you've got to actually just allow your natural personality in your facial tones to reflect who you truly are. Because when you are at peace with yourself, others are at peace with you. Number two, I think you've got to have really clear body symmetry in your body. It's really important to dress appropriately. It's really important to ensure that your clothes fit you correctly. It's really important to work out what is your colors, what's your style. And it's really important to ensure that things are actually in a very round symmetry where there is really, it's not edgy, it's actually round, warm and engaging. Next one is it's really important to actually flash your actual social smile. Now, don't smile too much because people who smile too much concern me. You know, just imagine a customer has a bad experience and, is ranting and raving and you're being told to smile and you smile at the customer while they're doing the complaints. Now, there's a likelihood they'll close their fist and hit you in the face and you say, you think that's funny, do you? So really understand when to use your social smile, but do smile because smiling actually really embraces you. And it's a bit like the eye twinkles here. I know that's not fantastic if you want to hold your age. I know it's not fantastic if you say, I don't want to do that. But if you have these little crinkles, the eye crinkles, that is actually a very, very profound way of actually showing anybody that you are a genuinely friendly person. Number four is perfect your handshake. Work out what your handshake is. If their handshake is strong, then yours should be strong. If it's weak, it should be weak. I would strongly suggest that you avoid a double-handed handshake, and I would also strongly suggest that you also respect cultures. Certain cultures find the handshake acceptable, but other cultures don't. So please recognize how to perfect your own handshake. Number five is nod, mirror, and lead. Now, this is a principle of neuro-linguistic programming. Nodding is the indication that when I nod, I'm seeking for you to do the same. Mirror is where I'm mirroring your body language, and leading is where I'm taking you to where I want you to go. And please, when you lead, don't lead extreme. Let me explain to you what I mean there. Let's just say I have a rather introverted person and I'm rather extroverted. I'm not going to be more extroverted if I'm speaking to an introverted person. But if I'm speaking to an introverted person, I'm actually going to be less extroverted, but I'm going to be a little bit more passionate than he is because I'm taking him to the next ladder. I'm taking him up that ladder of enthusiasm. I can't be too extreme because he thinks I'm a nutcase, but I have to go one step above. The next one is it's really important that you actually use strong, contained hand gestures. I would strongly suggest that you actually keep your palms open, and I would strongly suggest that you use both hands to really dynamically reinforce really important points. Number six, vary your vocal pitch. Now, I have a tendency occasionally, because I'm a speaker, that I can actually get really excited. And sometimes I raise my voice, I go, "That's insane! That's amazing! That's nuts!" Because I do that, because ultimately it entertains my audience, but it actually really keeps them on board. Where I've had people who said to me, "I listened to you for 8 hours and I've never listened to anyone for 8 hours." That's because I'm consistently varying my vocal pitch in order to really master the ability to influence others. Number 8, I think it's really important to respect people's personal space. We live in Australia, we like our personal space. So it's really important that you understand there is a protocol. And if you invade people's personal space, they feel completely and absolutely threatened. Understand how cultures view their own personal space. Like in Asia, it's a lot closer, but in Australia and the United States, it tends to be much more wider. Please recognize and understand that. And use personal touch correctly. There are some people who I'm very familiar with that I'm happy to touch on the shoulder, right? They are more extroverted people. But there are some people who find touch very intimidating. I think touch is really important moving forward. I think we need to actually introduce humanity into communication. I think we need to introduce caring into communication, but I think it's got to be done appropriately where we don't freak out the prospects. And number 9, I think it's really important to anchor good feelings. I think it's really important to when you really start to communicate to people, don't say to them, if it's a business, "What's your biggest challenge?" Say to them, "Hey Ted, just out of interest, what do you like about your business?" Because clearly he's going to have a memory of why he started the business. Allow him to anchor those good feelings, because I will tell you that we do buy emotionally. And if you can anchor those good feelings, there is a likelihood that they will purchase or be influenced by what you're actually saying or doing. So guys, until next time, God bless you. Have the most amazing week.